Good morning. This is class 16, Dev 2, and this is our final presentation, Shark Tank. This is my group, and we will start our presentation.
Good morning once again, Sharks. I'm here proud to present Ground. This is our emotional intelligence app that we have built together strongly as a team, and we will present to you soon. About us. So our main focus is self-awareness. But there are four main branches of emotional intelligence. There is pertaining yourself and to others, and it's your self-awareness or management. As you can see, there is self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. In time, we hope to branch out to all four branches, but as we mainly focus on self-awareness as the main axis to even the other three branches of emotional intelligence. Happiness is not something that you pursue, it is something that you allow. This is from Tang, which is he's the founder of Google's Search Inside Yourself Leadership Institute. That is Google's emotional intelligence curriculum seminars that they host ever so often. So why Ground? We believe that a grounded individual is one that is seen as emotionally intelligent. Currently, there is no credible database for emotional research. However, emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and self-awareness is on the rise. As you would see and hear about guided meditation, such as Simple Habit or Headspace, or even Google Search Inside Yourself. These are key hot words that are popping up in our daily news feeds, as emotional research is growing and on the rise and being discovered every day. Our main goal with Ground is to create a platform centralized around emotional intelligence and mindfulness. Our goal number one is all of our content is scientifically cited and credible. Goal number two, we have to compete with the current market of emotional intelligence as an accessible alternative. Goal 3 is to become the first Google search of emotion and emotional intelligence. As currently, if you were to search that up, all you find is Wikipedia pages and personal blogs. Our competitors currently are Headspace and Simple Habit, which are guided meditation apps that are hugely successful at building self-awareness, but just that. They don't go into the neurology or even the physiological side of what are emotions. And Google Search Inside Yourself in 6 seconds, which are very expensive $1,000 seminars that are hosted in cities ever so often that only reserve studying emotional intelligence to the elite. We want to make this accessible to everyone by creating an app. So currently, of our roles, we have Jocelyn covering finance, Justin doing design, David covering marketing, Elizabeth our manager, and I'm the creator. And to take off, we have Jocelyn covering finance.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. So I'll talk about the financial plan and budgeting of Ground. So first off, our startup costs we're asking for is $250,000. So for our basic expenses would be a total of $103,600. So starting off our application development. It's going to be roughly about $84,000. We reached out to a software development company called Uzu, and with that estimate, it'll be $70,000 just for the application development. We added a $14,000 cost just for annual software maintenance, just in case something happens to the code, something happens to the app, and we have backup money to improve and better the application. So when we were thinking about what kind of storage we needed for our application, we decided on Google Cloud because Google Cloud, one of their specs is cybersecurity. They specialize in securing all the information that you have that you put into the application. And regarding our application, we use a lot of user information, so we think it was very important for security to be safe. And for that, we roughly guesstimated about $1,000 to $1,500 monthly, and that will total out to $18,000 annually, depending on how much terabytes we use. Also, Apple developer. Right now we are launching our app into iOS, Apple. So in order to do that, we need to use Apple developer to push it into the charts. So we will use $100 annually every year just to be able to put our application on to the screen. Next up, we have our leftover budget from the $250,000. What we decided was that we're going to spend it on marketing. We have $146,400 left, and one of our biggest things that we thought about is Instagram. Instagram has a whole bunch of pictures. Everybody goes on there, scrolls through, and we felt like that would be a good way to promote Ground because there's a lot of millennials and whatnot that scroll through. So we'll spend $15,000 just to reach 5 million people. Also, we had the idea of going to YouTube, making videos about our content, having our creators talk about it, hopefully reach out and talk to other people so that they can spread the word about Ground. And with that, we have a $1,860 budget just for our video equipment. So, return of investment. What our app is about helping others, letting them understand about their own emotions. So we believe that the way we can return our investments is through data, user data, and subscription-based plans. The way that we developed our application is that we are able to profit from money right away as we launch it. Our subscription-based plan is $12.99 monthly, and then also $94.99 annually.
So I'm going to be talking about the design. So when making our app, we had to think of our wireframe. So this would be basically our blueprints and our plan. So for this, we had our prototype. We used Adobe XD. Adobe XD is basically a lightweight UX UI design mainly used for websites, widgets, presentations. And once the actual prototype is finished, we're able to hand it off to developers and they're going to be able to make our actual app. And there are 3 reasons why we actually used Adobe XD. One, it has fantastic graphic design that has very simple and precise capabilities. You're able to create vectors and pixel perfect screens, which means that if you zoom into an image or zoom out, it'll be very crisp. Other than that, we have the prototyping. It's made very simple and quick, meaning we're able to demo the screens either on your phone, your laptops, computers, and tablets. And for collaboration, you're able to collaborate with everyone on the team. You're able to work with your project manager, developers, and you're able to leave comments with your partners.
So one of the theories of emotional intelligence is the Plutchik wheel of emotion. This is actually the primary model of the Pixar movie Inside Out. So as I said, emotions are evolutionary. So here are 8 basic emotions that all are innate within us animals, and this video will show you those. I have to thank my friend Mara Childs for making this really short bit about explaining the Plutchik wheel of emotion for us. But this is the main basis theory that we're basing it on, such as there are many emotional theories such as Paul Ekman's 6 universal facial emotions. And we have Justin taking off the design.
So continuing this for our wireframe, we took the idea of creating the color wheel, and we have this welcome screen right here. You're able to sign in, and you're also able to sign in if you have an account already. So we want to keep everything very simple. We have your first name, last name, email, password, and by continuing, you have to agree to our terms of service. And other than filling that out, you can also sign in with Facebook, and here's a little look at our home screen. We wanted to make this our main focus. As soon as you log into the app, you're able to click on this, and then you're able to select the different emotions and find out more about them. And I'm going to explain a little more of this in our demo. And for this right here, this is a little look at our app. So these are the three main colors we went with. We went with light yellow, green, and white. So we chose these main colors because we wanted the app to feel energetic, safe, but we also want it to be a place where people can start a new beginning. So for yellow, it represents joy and happiness, as well as energy. And we chose green because it represents harmony and a safe place. And white to wrap everything together because it represents a new beginning. And here's a look into our user experience. We try to keep everything very minimal and decluttered free, meaning instead of having about 9 different buttons you click at the bottom, we try to keep it to, for example, here 3. And for the breakdown for just signing up, we try to keep everything very simple as well. As I showed you earlier, we just have like the simple first name, last name, password, and email. So instead of doing something as long as that, we try to keep it very simple and short. And here's a little look at our dashboard. This is a screen that's always going to be on the screen no matter where you navigate through the app. We thought these were the most important. We have the 24-hour support system, the general settings, calendar, search, and home. Wherever you go through the app, you'll be able to navigate things.
So I'm in charge of marketing. So my name is David, and we basically wanted to start with a simplistic yet intricate design for this application that appeals to various demographics with increased accessibility. So what does that mean? It means that basically anybody can use our app. We made it really simple, we made it really concise, that you can just log in there, and it has a very simple design that appeals to basically anybody, because everybody likes simple stuff. We're using our methods of marketing, we're going to be using popular influencers on various social media platforms, and we also want to make sure that people hear about this app. So people like to listen to their favorite celebrities, YouTubers and stuff. So we will be handing this out to them for free, essentially, and they will be promoting it because they will enjoy it. A lot of these popular YouTubers, especially now in day and age, are very health and mental wellness focused, so people actually do care about this. And society is shifting from a party lifestyle to a more health-focused method of living. So people actually want to take care of themselves, they want to exercise, they want to change the way they live their lives. So this app allows them to have access to that, be able to be in control of that. We're using experts in the field to gain the trust and support of those communities. So we're using psychologists, doctors, people that are experts in the field and may have access to this information and be able to use it and benefit their lives in various different ways. So our methods to market ground. So this is a diagram showing the different ways that we can market it. But essentially, we want to reach somewhere in the middle. So like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be using sharing methods. So we're going to be using mentions, shared, reposts, and reviews. These will come from people that we actually distribute the application to. These being the celebrities and influencers. We also want to use various web properties such as websites, mobile sites, blog sites, and social media channels. So these include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sites that are very popular and have a lot of traffic that people actually have exposure to. Advertising is going to be led by a pay-per-click basis. So we distributed some part of it as pay-per-click. So once people see the application, we will have to, it's essentially, I think it's like $2 per click, but we reach an amount of 5 million people through Instagram. We also want to make sure that we have exposure on blogs, so health blogs, exercise blogs, have people write about it, and that way have it distributed to various places. And so we're using color and images to market and keep users. A lot of users' experience and trust in the product is in the design. So we're trying to keep it very simple, very concise. It makes it appealing by using various colors. And we like using a simplistic design to help attract users, and it makes it easier to access to older generations. We keep it really simple. So we made it so it's streamlined so anybody could access it, and makes it appealing so that they can use it frequent. And we also have the science behind the design. And a lot of applications, people think of health as kind of like a dreary subject. We kind of want to make it cheering, make it like something that people actually want to enjoy and take part in. So we want to change that stigma of health being kind of a boring topic.
So here's a little look at our demo. We start right here. So there's a little video right here. So once you click on the app, you're brought to the home screen. Here you're welcome to the Ground app, and here you're prompted to either sign up or sign in if you have to. So here I mentioned earlier, you have your first name, last name, email, password, or you can sign in with your Facebook or email. And once you fill that in, you can get started by clicking the Get Started button. From here, you'll have a little loading screen that sets up your account. Right here, before you jump into the app, it's going to ask you to answer a question to help better personalize your experience. So once you click on the arrow right here, it'll bring you a screen with multiple choices of what brings you to the app. Once you've selected a button, then it brings you to a home screen, and you can actually select the emotion you're feeling. All you do is you click the color wheel in the beginning, and then you can scroll up or down to select your emotion. From here, you can scroll, and you're able to look at all the different emotions and actually select the one you want. So once you have found the one you wanted, for example, here we're going to go with sadness. So click sadness, and it's going to show you multiple options of different types of sadness. You can select the one you want, and from there it's going to bring you to a screen where there's information on that type of sadness, maybe why you're feeling it, and all the backed up research behind it. From here, you can click the little arrow right there to the right, and it's going to go to helpful resources. Here we have videos, podcasts, music, other articles. Here you'll be able to learn a lot more about it and feel better if it's for sadness. And there you can click the little plus button and you can log your information. Here you'll log your emotion, your date, your location, and you can leave a little personal note. Once you fill that out, you can click the plus button and it'll add it to your calendar. So this is what the calendar looks like. You're able to look at the date as well as the log we just had. This was log 10 for us. So once you click on that right there, it will bring you to a new screen where you can look at your personal notes you logged already, and you can look at all the information backed up by that emotion. And if we return home here, you can actually click on the bottom right corner, which is the 24-hour support service. Right here, we have recommended trained professionals that can talk to you if you want someone to talk about a specific issue. So right here we have depression, anger, anxiety. If you select one, it will bring you to a page where we have our sponsored recommended trained professionals. You can select which one and then you can either call or text them. And then we have our logout.
Alright, let's talk about maintaining app revenue. The biggest revenue model for apps is advertisement. Those apps are usually free for the users and redirect us to advertisers to generate money. The goal is to create a sizable user base and the data. And this model is a viable model given that free apps attract a lot of downloads. However, ads annoy our customers and it limits the size of our screen. So we can either sell our screen space and continue participating in the ad race and drown our content in banners and pop-ups, or we can monetize in a different way, in a non-obtrusive way for our audience by leveraging our user base to serve advertisement and third-party content. We can start by joining such websites like a big exchange. You create an account, you register your data source, you copy JavaScript code, and then you paste it into each page of your app. It immediately starts collecting and selling your data. And this is something where users are found online. This is a calculator that estimates the value of your personal data by just completing simple demographic questions. Turns out that if I were to expect a baby, or if I were a millionaire, the value of my own data would increase about 5 to 15%. However, if I simply check for health concerns, my value would go from about $0 to $1 immediately, which means that our app, which covers entire range of health issues, has potential to sell the most expensive data. And we can exchange it not only with advertising companies, but also with insurance companies, pharmaceutical companies, and research organizations, and many other third-party companies as well. If we take $2 minimum average price of data per user, then given we have 500,000 users, would produce us a minimum of $1 million. And we can continue to increase this number by tailoring our user experience. Do you have any questions for us?
So is that your projection is $1 million first year?
If you decide to sell our data, it's going to be the minimum of $1 million. Giving me the other 500.
I have a few other questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the subscription price, how did you come up with that number? And how does that relate to your competition who also has subscriptions?
It is a direct comparison of our subscription base. That is the price model of Headspace currently. And with them, and what we're also including is like a week free, non-month-free membership as a trial before we start.
And my second question to that, second part is, what is your projections on your subscription? What's your break-even point? You know, the 500,000 to $1 million sounds really good, but for you guys to break even, and then also future reinvestments in technology, what are some of those numbers?
We have to make our $250,000 initial investment, and even with that having excess that we are spending on marketing solely. However,
So marketing itself, we're not going to use $440,000. And essentially, we want to keep it simplistic, kind of not use too much, and keep it more like personal. So there's going to be a lot of guerrilla marketing going on in the street, and people with information. That doesn't cost much, especially using platforms like YouTube. The $143,000 going on the PPs. So the break even essentially in the first 6 months, we will break even.
and as a perspective, we're also including guided meditation within our app. And Headspace, which is solely guided meditation, is valued at $250 million in 2012.
My last question, then I'll pass it off. I noticed you didn't have any administration costs listed on your projections. Basically, your salaries. Did you guys factor that in into your 250?